Ayan! Narinig niyo ba ako? Ayan na, meron na tayong mga high-tech style dito dyan para hindi na ako kamilaitin. Mga nagbigay ng gift sa atin dyan, mga nagpaano. Alam natin this. Thank you very much, guys. Narinig niyo ba ako? Okay, try natin itong style. Hindi na ako mga old school na ano. Okay, kamusta kayo dyan, guys? Thank you so much sa mga ka-meta natin, dun sa mga nagbigay ng support, prayers, and love, and stars, of course, and gifts, etc. Tuwan-tuwa si Lola kahapon. Talagang tuwan-tuwa siya. Kaya nakaipon tayo, nakapagbigay tayo sa kanya ng mga overnight hotel accommodations, etc. So I'm very, very thankful to you guys. Of course, ang dami pang nangyari sa ating politika over the past few days. Balikan natin yan. Isa dyan, of course, is yung pag-merge, no? Effective merging and joining of force of ABS-CBN and TV5. So medyo malaking bagay yan, guys. This is big. This is big. Narinig niyo ba ako? Klaro ba yung voice ko? Ayan. Talaga, guys. Ito sporty mode tayo kanina. Nasa labas tayo, nag-ano tayo dyan, nag-exercise and all, biglang grabe ang ulan. Alam mo naman, dito sa Baguio, out of nowhere, crazy situation. So ito guys, pag-usapan natin yan, itong latest na nangyari sa ating bayan, which is itong merging ng ABS-CBN and TV5. So guys, potentially game changer yan. Potentially game changer yan. Oo, nakikita natin. So, just to give you an idea of how big ABS-CBN has been and it can still be big is that prior dun sa shutdown, yung ABS-CBN ay nag-enjoy ng 40% of the nation's 110 million people audience. According kay Jay Bautista, ito, managing director ng Kantar, no? At it was able to rack up to 42 billion pesos or $754 million in revenues noong 2019, no? Now, obviously, alam natin yung kwento nangyari. Pina-shutdown sila. Inakusa sila ng dating Pangulong Duterte na hindi sila hindi sila nag-ere ng kanilang binayaran na pang-commercial. At of course, they have been accused of bias, etc. So for a time, ABS-CBN was forced to go online, but they have kept a very strong presence online. Pero mukhang pabalik na ang ABS-CBN into actually profitability. So medyo na-neutralize na nila yung kanilang losses. So now ABS-CBN is increasingly in good shape again because of the deals they have made, their ability to still broadcast their programs online and also to be able to broadcast their program through other shows. No? So yun po ang meron tayo ngayon. Now, nagsama na po ng puwersa, two of the top 3 TV channels essentially or media conglomerates sa ating bayan. So aside from pushing online on Facebook, YouTube, and at saka yung sarili niyang streaming applications ng ABS-CBN, ngayon ang ABS-CBN po ay bumili ng 35% stake in TV5. That's a huge plurality stake. Now, I still do not have enough information, guys, in terms of yung voting powers ng ABS-CBN. Like how much voting power that 35% stake will give them. Analyze pa natin yan. So we still have information coming in. So don't worry about that. But this marks a landmark alliance, guys, that would allow ABS-CBN to effectively air its shows on a former rival's channel. All right? In this case, TV5. Now, alam natin yung TV5, led by MVP, was trying to be an alternative, a third force in terms of competition between the big two, no, for GMA and ABS-CBN. But so far, dun sa nakita natin numbers over the past 5-6 years, despite the fact that TV5 was able to attract a lot of top-level celebrities, a lot of top journalists, and the fact that malaking kapital ang nilagay nila, ABS-CBN and GMA really maintain their dominance in the industry. No? So to give you an idea how dominant these two are. So this is the top 2 Philippine media networks na nakita natin dyan, guys. So I got this from Nikkei Asia. Clint Vizon from Nikkei Asia has done a fantastic report on this. So ito po yung mga numbers ng ABS-CBN and GMA network. Ito yung profit. So you'll see how big the profit of ABS-CBN is compared to GMA. But yung net profitability nila hindi ganun kataas. Mas consistent ang GMA network. and so you see ABS-CBN has had some dips here. Obviously, since na shutdown sila, so this is the crucial year. So they have had huge dips here. They already were in a net revenue kind of a deficit situation, but they're going to improve. So I think they're coming increasingly back into profitability. So that puts them in a very, very good shape, especially after they were able to finalize this deal with TV5. So that, guys, that's of course a testament yan, guys, dun sa resilience, no, if not grittiness ng ating mga media conglomerates and institutions. Alam ko, of course, marami mga supporters ng ABS-CBN, marami din mga critics ng ABS-CBN from all sorts of different backgrounds. So I'm not going to get into that debate. I'm not here to defend any specific institutions or not. What I'm going to say is that, of course, we want a situation whereby independent media, a media that is not controlled by the government, that is not controlled by a particular political party, etc., and importantly, led by world-class editors and journalists. We want them to have some say in the system. Now, interestingly, guys, of course, marami po nangyari dito sa ating media landscape because some big players are coming in. So, of course, kasama po dyan, I think the biggest player coming in here is Manny Villar, the richest man in the Philippines, more than $7 billion in net worth. Base sa report ng Forbes magazine of the richest Filipinos. Of course, dito nakita natin, again, I get this one from Nikkei Asia. So here, nakikita niyo how diversified the portfolio of Mr. Manny Villar is. Not Manny Villar is. So he has significant stake on different levels. So meron siyang stake in, of course, real estate, sa malls, sa home construction and furnishing retailers, supermarket operators, 34 branches as of 2021. Of course, yung kanyang developer and operator of shopping centers, memorial parks and mass housing developer of residential estates and high-rise condominiums, real estate investment trust, and then my privately held also assets, itong Prime Asset Ventures, privately held as investment vehicle for water distribution, sa Prime Water, distilled water, crystal clear, dun sa internet, stream tech, and power and other venues, no? Meron din siyang privately held coffee project, a coffee chain that has around 50 branches all across the country. So very, very big factor po si former senator and presidential candidate Sir Manny Villar. And of course, alam natin na the Villars are a big force in Philippine politics. Yung mag-ina, no? Ayun, nandyan sa Senado ngayon. One topped the Senate race a few years ago, and one did very well in the latest elections, of course, this year for the Senate, no? So, ang tanong ngayon is, ano yung next move? Will Manny Villar now try to challenge this dominance of some of these networks we're talking about? So, as I said, it used to be really a duopoly between GMA Network and well, I mean, not duopoly, but sorry, it's not a duopoly. Like, it was a big competition between, I have to be very correct with the technical terms, so let me correct myself. It was a very strong competition between these two sides. Let's call it dyadic competition. So let's see. TV5 tried, but now it has teamed up with ABS-CBN, which has now a 35% stake. So let's see if the third force right now will be Manny Villar's new media conglomerate. So nakita natin si Villar since retiring for politics, has been a really successful entrepreneur. So just to give you a background, of course, alam natin si Manny Villar came from a humble background before building an empire. As a young boy, tinulungan niya yung kanyang nanay na magbenta ng shrimp at saka mga isda dyan sa market sa downtown Manila. Sa may Tondo yan, di ba? And then after college, nag-aaral po siya ng accountancy, business administration accountancy, I think BAA, no, sa UP Diliman. Pero eventually, nag-quit siya at naging full-time entrepreneur siya. Nag-supply siya ng mga seafood restaurants, and nagbebenta siya ng mga gravel and sand, which introduced him eventually to real estate. So yun yung sector na kung saan talaga he was able to make a name and leave a footprint dun sa business empire landscape, no? Now, Eventually, of course, nag-transition sa politika in 1992, nanalo siya ng congressional seat. Later on, naging House Speaker siya, and then Senador, and then Senate President. Of course, in 2010, tumakbo siya bilang presidente. He started as a front runner, but, things didn't turn out in his favor. Of course, with the rise of Benigno Aquino following the death of Corazon Aquino. This is towards the late 2009, right? And then, of course, in 2013, Villar retired from politics, and since then, talaga, nag-all-in na siya, no? Talaga, yung kanyang attention dito sa kanyang business empire. So, one of the things that he's now trying to get into is itong media, no? So, of course, alam nyo, yung frequencies na meron ng mga estasyon, ito ay base sa franchise na inaproba ng ating Kongreso. So in that sense, there's supposed to be a popular will and a popular say in terms of who gets the big franchises. Now, dito nakita natin na, of course, there are going to be some big changes because yung mga frequencies, the top 2 frequencies of ABS-CBN, yung isa napunta kay Kilaki Boloy, diba? So yung SMNI. But you could say the even more prestige frequencies now gone to AMBS, no? So ito po yung bagong kumpanya ng na tinatayo, no? So this stands for Advanced Media Broadcasting System, AMBS po. Yun, no. Sorry, nakitang-kita na tuloy mo eyebags at hihinayin kayo natin itong light. Ayan, para hindi masyadong. Ayan, wala talagang may eyebags eh. Wala na. Lugi na. So ito na, AMBS na guys. Don't worry, I'll post the numbers and data and sources there. As I said, I'm still very thankful. It was a very good report done by Nikkei Asia, no? By Cliff, no? He has done a very good job. I will post his article there for your further study and reference. So this is one of my primary sources dito kasi napaka-detailed yung analysis and all. And also I got the data. So kudos dun sa aking pamilya sa Nikkei Asia in Tokyo. Thank you very much for doing fantastic work, especially assessing the media landscape and the business landscape dito sa Pilipinas. Now, so ito po yung bago, yung AMBS, Advanced Media Broadcasting System. Aram din natin na nagsani puwersa din sila. So nag-combine forces yata si Willie Revillame at saka sila Villar, no? Base sa mga some reports we're seeing. So far, mukhang base sa isang briefing na meron tayo noong July 15, baka yung AMBS daw, will wait lang. So base sa mga, tama. Itong press conference sa July 15, we got to know a number of things about AMBS. Anong ma-expect natin dyan? Well, sabi ni Revillame, expect nila yung mga anchors nila and reporters nila will stick to the truth, so they'll follow journalistic standards. And sabi ni Revillame yata dito na hindi mag-medal yung pamilya. So this will be, like ABS-CBN, GM, etc. It will be a journalism-driven, nonetheless, business, of course, at the end of the day. Now, wala tayong exact announcement kung kailan ma-launch ito, but my suggestion dito, again, base dun sa press conference in July 15, na potentially within 2 months from now, no? So, ang target yata nila is around October 1 na pwede mag-go live na itong AMBS. So, ito ay ayon sa AMBS President Maribeth Tolentino dun sa online news conference na nangyari for local entertainment press noong July 15. So October 1 yata po ang target ng AMBS to go live, no? Now, AMBS has already sealed its first contract. So yun ang sinasabi natin kanina with TV host Willie Revillame. Of course, yung Wawa Win, which pulls in around 5 million viewers base sa mga reports na nakita natin by Kantar Philippines. So ngayon nawala na siya sa GMA, siguro Willie will be able to bring in a lot of those numbers, those 5 million viewers naman sa bagong AMBS, no? Now, base sa reports na nakita natin, di ba yung Star Mall, di ba kanila yan, sa mga Villars yan? So mukhang 3 movie theaters were recently shuttered on July para ma-convert na sila sa television studios. So medyo may studios na tayo. So sa second floor, meron ng bagong radyo studio na has already gone live, no, dun sa Star Mall ng kila Villar. So they are already not only testing waters, but they're already moving forward. So yeah, so we have already some updates on this, no? So yun nga, so ang wealth kasi, syempre big player na talaga, $7.6 billion yung wealth niya. And based on some numbers, mas malaki pa yung meron siyang sa combined fortunes ng mga siblings. Although I saw another numbers that put it differently, no? So yeah, so medyo guys, talagang iba na, no? Talagang nag-evolve na itong market itong media landscape natin. So on one hand, meron tayong new players, mga bloggers, mga vloggers, meron tayong mga taong katulad natin na have been working in the media, mainstream media, have been working in the academy, but also now are doing vlogging and all. Meron mga tao na sumikat just through vlogging, and then now they have more mainstream also presence, and they're doing crossovers. So all of these developments are happening are pretty big. Now, obviously, may mga critics dyan or may mga concerned citizens. So for instance, si Melinda Quintos de Jesus, na Executive Director ng Center for Media Freedom and Responsibility, sabi niya, if it's going to be held by a conglomerate or under an enterprise directed by someone whose interests are so widespread, referring to the big families, business families, so you could potentially, ayon sa kanya, you're worsening the already bad state of political economy or media economy by assigning the power of the media for their use. So ito ay ayon kay Quintos de Jesus, ng head ng isang watchdog sa media landscape dito sa Pilipinas. Let's see. But what is clear, guys, so far is, grabe, no? Talagang daming mga big movements na nangyari sa media landscape natin. So this is so different from the situation we're facing before President Duterte. I mean, up until 2016, a lot of these medias were so dominant. They were almost unshakable. They were able to really put the politicians, presidents under pressure. There were efforts by ERAP ng panahon niya to put some of the newspapers, I think Manila Times among others, under pressure because of what they perceived as, biased coverage. But nakita natin talaga na panahon ng President Arroyo, parang ni President Aquino, parang ni President Duterte, there was a lot of tension. So parang power versus power yan eh. Media power versus state power. So yun ang nangyari. But really under President Duterte, we saw a direct challenge to mainstream media, yung tinatawag na MSM. First from social media influencers, a lot of them backed by, the president or close to the president one way or another, or some clear access to the president. Pa-scoop-scoop pa yung si Mo Kauson, di ba? But now we're seeing there are also new players, new big businessmen, new tycoons who are not necessarily on bad terms with this government or the previous government, and they're now testing the waters and trying to get into the media landscape and try to challenge. So habang yung ABS-CBN and all are trying to survive and increasingly thrive within this new, wild, unpredictable media landscape, GMA Network is doing very solid. And of course, disclosure, I've worked in ABS before. I've been working with GMA over the past 4 or 5 years. So just to be clear about my affiliations. So as much as vlogger tayo, we also work with mainstream media. Of course, I'm in columns also with Philippine Daily Inquirer, which is our biggest, most prestigious national newspaper, and they have very dominant online presence, yung inquirer.net. So kudos sa aking pamilya dyan, sa mga media networks na yan. But, we are now also seeing that there are these big players, who are trying to continue in the footsteps of MVP. So MVP tried to challenge this dyadic competition by bringing TV5. So far, the success is perhaps not as much as he perhaps expected. Although, of course, MVP is an extremely adept entrepreneur, very adept. And he has also many progressive initiatives. He also has helped Philippine national basketball team a lot. Now, maybe Villar will try his hand naman. And let's see if Villar will be as effective in the media landscape as he has been in so many other fields, from coffee shop to real estate to malls, now also to venture capital, etc. So yon, next level. Picasso! Saan na si Picasso? Picasso! Lang. Maghayo muna. Picasso, come here. Come here. Yan, come here. I'll show you here, Ayan, si Picasso. Ayan, magkain na daw si Picasso. Ayan. Choppy na daw? Ayan tayo. Choppy na daw? Narinig niyo ba ako? Ayan. Hi daw, Picasso. Ayan, hingi ka ng stars mo, ha? Kulang na lang ng konti na lang. May damit na siyang bago. Tignan niyo ba damit niya? Ang cute, oh. Meron siyang letter P. Picasso. Ayan. Alright, okay. Oy! Kasama natin si Franco Mabanta. Ayan, nanonood sa atin. Ayun, oh. Talagang may mga friendships tayo dyan. Alright guys, thank you very much again. Ito, balik na tayo. May mga family duties na tayo. Okay, nakita natin yung mga nandito. So, si Franco Mabanta, nakita ko na nag-watch in. Dito rin yung cousin natin, si Patricia Denise, joining us from Australia. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. I hope you guys are, loud and clear na ba ito? Ngayon lang tayo gumagamit ng ganyan, ha? Alright, okay. Alam niyo naman, sporty tayo today, guys. May exercise, gano'n. Tapos bigla lakas ng ulan. Kaya sabi ko, uwi na lang ako. Gawa na lang tayo nito. Alright, so the media landscape, guys, is going really, really through a tumultuous, revolutionary moment potentially dito sa Pilipinas. So sa isang banda nga, nakita natin mga vloggers, rise of vloggers. Yan, kasama din sila Franco and all, who have been trying to challenge mainstream journalists, columnists, media analysts, etc. Now we're also seeing the rise of, SMNI of Pastor Kiboloy. We're also now, meron tayong AMBS. Pumapasok na rin ito si Villar dito, no? Now, alam ko guys, medyo weekend na, so gusto niyo bumalik, mag-relax-relax na kaya. Kailangan ko pa sunduin si Lola mamaya. So, thank you very much again dito, guys. So, thank you again to sa mga nagbigay ng stars and support. I really, really appreciate it. Oy, Picasso, mag-thank you ka. Alright. Thank you nga ako dito. Yan, sa mga nag-support sa atin, si Chris Lumasak, si Margaret Rodriguez. Ayan, I love you, Picasso daw, sabi niya. Si Riz Ani, as always. Si Eden Olonan. Ayan, relaxing weekend din. Thank you very much din sa inyo. Kay Alan Yu. Kay Eunice Pabalcon. Si Margaret Rose Rodriguez. Sorry, yung eyebags ko. Obvious na medyo marami tayong mga teacher duties na ginagawa. Kaya, ayan tuloy. Jocelyn Lumberi, thank you very much for joining us, ma'am. As always, regards. Yes, thank you. Advance thank you daw. Hindi ko pa, alam na this. Thank you so much for your support. Kay Ma'am Fanny San Miguel also, thank you so much as always. Kay Maria Esmeralda, happy birthday daw kay Lola. And yes, the merger between ABS and TV5 is big news. Yeah, big news. It's a big news about the news industry. And thank you also kay Mirna Oko. Thank you very much for your support and for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. Ayan na. So, ayan naman mga. So, shout out again dyan sa cousin natin, si Patricia. Joining us from Australia, Sydney. Thank you talaga dun sa mga nag-join sa atin. Magpahinga na kayo. Thank you rin kay Marianne Garina, kay Volter Silva, Nancy Mapanaw, kay Zendram Rim, kay Angel Lu, Junar Ortiz. Hindi yata kayo na notification, no? Yeah, konti lang nag-living today. Usually, guys, minimum tayo, mga 1,000 plus. At pag mga election time na, nakaka 1 million na tayo. Nakaka 5,000 views tayo. 5,000 live views and around 1 million views tayo. At least yan. Although, guys, pakicheck, by the way, kanina, nakita niyo, pinost ko na yung interview namin ni Director Vincent Tanyada. No? So, please check that out. Also, check, guys, yung review ko ng Made in Malacanang at also review natin ng Katips, no? So I think close to 1.5 to 2 million views na tayo dun sa mga ginawa natin mga analysis ng mga movies na yan. On TikTok also, guys, paki-add sa atin dyan. I think we have done quite pretty big. Although dun sa TikTok mukhang mas patok yung mga Taiwan analysis natin. So more than 500,000 views tayo dyan dun sa mga Taiwan analysis natin. So please, guys, check ha. And please support, try natin mag-interview din ng mga ibang mga movers and shakers, directors, artists, experts. Para naman, di ba? Para naman may discussion tayo. Tuwan-tuwangan tayo dun sa interview natin ni Director Tanyada. You could see how energetic and excited he was. Thank you also kay Naomi Tablado joining us, kay Iron Sia, Annabelle Penetrante, kay kay Glenn Gatula, kay Henry Berina, kay Cicela Nazareno. Thank you so much. Kay Evangeline Bacos, kay Percival Urbano, Cecilia Aguilar, thank you very much, kay Marisa Mandal, dami pa. Thank you so much, guys. Ipopost ko mamaya, by the way, ito yung mga datas and numbers na ginamit natin para naman you can see it. And also the sources where they come from. So, hindi naman basta-basta itong mga ginagamit natin. Everything is backed by evidence and studies and all. So, this is the analysis dun sa situation with of course, the two dominant media outlets just before the pandemic. Of course, now things are changing. There's a merger of TV5 and all. Of course, also about the background of potentially one of the big players soon in the media landscape. Former senator and presidential candidate Manny Villar, who through his AMBS could make waves in media. So let's see if what kind of approach he's gonna take. Now, may mga sinabi si Sir Villar actually. I mean, former Senator Villar, he said certain things that he wants to approach etong media industry probably by taking lessons from the US media industry. Among them, baka may theme park daw or something like that. O baka may mga Disney, mga effect na mangyari dyan. Let's see ha, check natin yan. So mukhang he's gonna have a much more unorthodox and special approach here and taking lessons from all around the world. So let's see ano mangyari dyan, alright? Thank you very much again. I appreciate it. Yes, medyo grabe yung ulan kanina kaya we have to stop walking around and all. So umuwi na lang tayo. So sabi ko might as well. Let's do this analysis. Alright? Okay, so bukas is Sabbath day. So, of course, Sabbath day, hindi tayo mag-trabaho, mga vlog ng ganyan. So, hopefully on Monday, God willing, guys, may mga new updates tayo and developments we can discuss, including dun sa situation na Taiwan, which is getting a little bit scarier than even the last time we talked about. So, I'm a little bit worried and following the situation in Taiwan. So, we'll talk more and more also about Taiwan. Don't worry about that as much as we are also trying to talk about the Philippines. Alright? Ito po yung mga exercises nangyari ngayon sa Taiwan. So this red area. So you can say it's more aggressive than even what happened in 1995, 1996 in some ways. So we'll check that out also. Alright, abangan yan. Thank you very much. God bless, guys. Hasta mañana. Monday morning. Okay, sorry. Adios.